leave, before you worsen the situation.
Ruins are overgrown with corruption. We should burn it out before it spreads.
You're a child playing at being a hero. You understand none of the forces at work here.
The Circle of Archmagi has overstepped their authority. Again.
I don't know how to explain this any better. This is not a problem to solve with cannons or steel.
Ludwig. Guess you got tired of tormenting Heelguard.
Envoy, I hope you found what you were looking for. Because those ruins are about to be a distant memory. And the Dream Scourge. Yet you walked away unscathed. Fascinating. This is a spring from which the Dream Scourge flows, injecting poison into the veins of the island.
No, a cleansing fire. Poison or cure?
The same poison we burned out of Fur Messiverno. Stand by my side, and we can strike a blow at the Dream Scourge. And at Sapadal. We cut off an infected limb. Nothing more. I've been watching you, Envoy. You, who survived when so many godlike fell. I even asked the gods what made you so remarkable. And the burned queen opened my eyes to what you are. We knew the chaos of the living lands had an origin. How could I have known that you were its offspring? Different wars on the same battlefield. There are two plagues in the living lands. Help me destroy one, and the other will follow.
Ashes. Nothing of the Akita will remain.
We may not burn out the Dream Scourge here, but we can burn out its symptoms and take the fight to your patron.
Spirits cry out, bury the fire, but still they rage.
Fighting a superior force is one thing, but fighting a god is another. Is she really suggesting that?
Always thinking with your sword. You zealots never change. I happen to like these ruins. They've been very informative. Without them, I'd never have learned there was a new god in the living lands.
Another reason why they should be destroyed. Sapadal is dangerous, but an archmage is more unpredictable by far.
I do love it when people choose to listen to reason. I have an alternate solution to the problem at hand.
This should be amusing.
I am not talking to you, am I? Don't interrupt me. Depends on your perspective, I suppose. I can sever the connection between the Adra in the ruins and the rest of the living lands. It will isolate the dream-scourged essence and halt the creation of new dream thralls in Shatterscarp. But those that exist will remain. My solution will end the plague in this region, I believe, and keep Ludwig from having to do terrible things to those nice ruins. I knew I liked you for a reason. Yes, there is a catch. It's also what you may call a large one. Severing the Adra will require the use of a truly immense amount of essence, which, well, will result in a few deaths.
Gentle sleep. One moment day, the next, a poppy's dream to carry them to the Garden of Night. They would feel no pain.
I'm so very glad you recall. A few dozen people may die. Possibly 100 or so in the more dire scenarios.
What? This is your solution?
There is no control over who will perish in the process. But it will stop the Dream Scourge from spreading in Shatterscarp. No new Dream Thralls will be created.
Ringrim is one of the smartest people alive. If she says this is the way, it's hard to argue. No matter how much we might want to.
You can't be entertaining this. Not after what we've seen. The frozen corpses, the twisted riddles. The Dream Scourge is a tragedy, but she's a monster. You can't leave Thirdborn at her mercy.
It's not an ideal solution. But it is easier to save a life when you've amputated the necrotic limb, so to speak.
She would sacrifice the very people we're trying to save, and for what? Not even to destroy the Dream Scourge. Merely to slow it down.
Destroying the ruins and killing the Dream Thralls within is also a short-term measure. Ludwig's solution will eventually result in the same number of casualties, possibly even more. Unfortunate, but such is the reality of our situation. So long as the Dream Scourge exists, more people will become infected. And the infected will take more lives, and this will continue indefinitely.
She has no idea what the consequences of her actions might be. And neither do you. Envoy, I want to show you something. I swore an oath to my goddess. A solemn vow that I would give everything in service to her. Even myself. And I did so, gladly. Zapadal wants the same devotion from you. The only difference is, you never had a choice. Imagine it, Envoy. Was there ever a godlike who stood tall against their own creator? Envoy, we have an obligation to scour Zapadal from the living lands before they destroy us. Starting with these ruins. Whatever you do, make sure the decision is yours, not theirs. Zapadal will poison your judgment if you let them. You owe Zapadal nothing. And yet, they demand everything. That is not devotion. It's cruel.
Yes, quite difficult to decide whether to believe your new god or the angry skeleton actively threatening us.
This isn't about Zapadal. This is about every man, woman, and child in Shatterscarp.
Godlike. I leave the choice to you. Both options will bring harm. The question is, which will bring more good. Countless will die regardless if the Dream Scourge is not stopped. Remember the village and the statue it couldn't repair. Remember the lesson I tried to teach you. None of our lives matters. Not when they might cost us the future. Now choose, Envoy. Destroy the ruins and the Dream Thralls, but allow the plague to keep spreading. Or sever the Adra and end the plague in Shatterscarp, with an unknowable number of casualties.
She toys with you with innocent lives, while I offer only the truth.
What? No!
I will honor your decision, even if I think you're a disappointment.
Your patron deity might object, but the living will thank us for it.
Burn, destroy, retwine.
Soldiers of the Steel Garrote, you heard her. Bring it down.
The Dream Thralls were no match for our might.
These ruins were hideous anyway.
Godlike. Speak with
Never steal the rock, show you how it's done.
You have destroyed a place of great power. A part of your heritage, no less. Now that I know a new god was the reason for those anomalies in Naku Kobel, there's nothing left for me in the living lands. Your decision may yet still kill thousands. We don't know the kind of casualties that will follow. But that is for you to wrestle with. I'm done here. However, I have one final question for your young wizard.
For... me?
You have shown a great deal of talent, Yatsley. Few can dispel my illusions so easily. I could use your assistance. And the companionship. It's really dreary being alone. Should you wish to return with me, I would happily take you on as my apprentice. The rest of the circle do not often visit, which is good because they're tiresome. You, however, are a power worth shaping. And rather delightful to boot.
Well, obviously, I'm... Wait. Really? You want me to... Wow. That would be... amazing! But, I have to think about it. At the very least, the Envoy would be lost without me. And so would my lover. Though the idea of finally devoting more time to magic is... tempting.
Don't worry. My work will still be here when you're done with your godlike's quest. Whatever you decide, it will be some months before I depart. You know where to find me. Be clever, godlike. Don't think too much with your heart.
Finally, those old ruins have a purpose.
Absolute destruction.
Congratulations, Envoy. You listen to your reason instead of your patron. It takes an ironclad will to defy one's god. The same could be said of Sapadal, with you being the rare exception. Destroying the ruins brought us valuable time, but the threat of the Dream Scourge remains. Be on your guard. You and I are willing to do what it takes to restore order in the living lands. Heelgard lacks the spine to do what's right, but we won't let that stop us, will we? For now, this is where we part ways. The Steel Garrote and I follow a different path. No doubt it will cross yours eventually. Their existence threatens ours. If you find your god before I do, kill them.
No ambiguity there.
One more thing, Envoy. I know what happened to Captain Alfear. You fought valiantly, and she fell in disgrace. But now you have a debt to the Steel Garrote. And one day, I will collect it.
If we can't kill her, I like knowing that we at least made her day worse. I'm sorry, but before anything else, I need a word with you. Of course, I understand the impulse of wanting to save those in Thirdborn.
You understand the impulse? Where's this going?
But think of all that we lost because of you and that monster. Again, I understand the impulse, Envoy, but you must think of future generations.
Did you really just say think of the children to justify killing?
I've heard enough. Even Ludwig wouldn't go that far.
Ludwig is a fool. Her brain has rotted away with the rest of her. We have no reason to believe that the Dream Scourge has been stopped, by the way. It certainly hasn't stopped Dream Scourge from appearing everywhere else in the Living Lands.
Then maybe we turn a few more of these ruins into heaps of rubble. I can't see anything good that's come out of them.
Maybe stop talking while you're ahead.
Years of lost history found, just in time to be erased by two Adiran fools. I trust Reengrim more than Ludwig. Reengrim knows more about the Dream Scourge than the dead woman burning down homes.
I hate to say it, Yatsley, but we're not changing anyone's mind today. Let's talk later. Just the two of us.
Fine, fine. You're right. It's done. Let's just focus on getting to the garden.
I must have done 100 shifts on those watchtowers. Never saw so much Thirdborn blood under them.
Envoy, we need to discuss what you did in the ruins. You destroyed something that was... I'm trying to remain calm. I have to remember that you had a reason for what you did. Nothing infuriates me more than to do what Ludwig wants, but... I'm not unhappy with what you did. Those ruins were literally priceless. They had real Echidans in there. Think of how far my research would have shot forward. But we would have had to sacrifice so many for it. And I can't say that's a fair trade. Usually I know the right answer. It's obvious. Here, though... All right. How could I forget? Your friends here beg your aid, but your loyalty truly lies with the monsters from your hometown.
Give the Envoy more credit than that. She did what had to be done.
All right. I understand. I'm sorry, Envoy. This is my life's work. And that skeletal maniac attacked my home. I'm just a little more raw than I thought. It's all right. I think you've earned a bit of trust from me. Things have been... unreal. We spoke to actual actual ancient Akidans in the ruins. I was able to ask questions and get answers. And it's all thanks to you and your weird god. Sapadal, was it? Oh, big fan. But to go through the trials ourselves? Oh, could we be any luckier? Must you try to ruin my fun, dearie? Well, I have to start writing this all down before I forget. But do return if you think of any other juicy details. Tired already, Envoy? Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Can we talk a moment? I wanted to pick your brain about Shatterscarp. The ruins of Naku Kubel predate civilization as we know it. We had so much to learn from them. But the Steel Garrote care nothing for the past. Only the future, as long as it's under their thumb. I'm not saying it was an easy decision, or that you should have acted differently. The fact remains that we played into our enemy's hands, and what did we get in return? We delayed the inevitable. Better than nothing, I suppose, though not by much. I'm holding you to that. Maybe there's no right answer to any of this. Maybe all we can do is keep going, leaving chaos in our wake. I just wish the world and its problems would leave us alone, even for a moment. Give us time to focus on our mission, ourselves. As do I. We both deserve a little peace. And if the world will not give it to us, then we'll just find it in each other. While I have your ear, can I ask you one more question? Much appreciated. Something about Inquisitor Ludwig has been getting to me. She seemed eager to distinguish your Adiran loyalty from your nature as a godlike, as though the two are incompatible. She believes you can be loyal to your country or to your nature, but not both. Do you find that unusual? Indeed, it does. It's just... When you agreed to destroy the ruins, Ludwig was surprised, as though she didn't believe you would do the right thing. Ludwig clearly respects you, but I don't believe she trusts you. Anyway, that just had me thinking. Could be nothing, or could be something. Time will tell. Get some rest. You deserve a nap. For that matter, so do I. Thanks for talking.
Never thought I'd be going back to Galawain's Tusk. So, we found a map to the garden. Now we see how accurate those ancient godless cartographers could possibly be. Not sure how helpful that map will be, really. There's probably a reason no one's been to the garden in centuries. No one I'm aware of. Legend says the founder of Solace went there once, but there's no proof. I figure either it's a complete dud and there's nothing really there, or we all lose our minds the second we show up. Either way, was it worth it? Who knows? I wish I was as convinced as you are. The thought of going to speak to a god on their turf, it doesn't make sense to me. I guess that's not my problem, really. My job is to keep you alive, whether you've got a god in your head or not. Just don't do anything stupid, all right? Anyway. Thanks for talking. Listen, that back there, in the ruins, that was a lot. I know you passed 3 trials, but I'm not sure what that means exactly. I don't know. Maybe you're the chosen one now. Some kind of prophecy? You don't look that different to me. It's not that I didn't enjoy tromping around in the ancient death trap, getting bossed around by spirits and all that. But I really do hope this was the last time. That kind of humidity does terrible things to my beard. Anyway. Pleasant dreams. Let's not do that again. Let's stay out of Archmage's domains from now on. Sure, we made it out alive, but that outcome felt out of my hands more than I'd like. I know. Sometimes you just have to charge into a wizard's domain and endure a parable about a village. Anyway, I'm glad to be out of there. Time to curl up with some jerky and a few swigs of Wodak. Anyway. Until next time.
Are you seeing anyone, Marius? Romantically, I mean.
Right. I knew this would come up eventually.
I only bring it up because romance is good for the soul.
So is finding a good pile of deersaka on a hunt. But I'm not advising you to go looking for it.
Under the right conditions, you can even measure the energy of a romantic tryst. Isn't that fascinating?
To you? Sure.
Oh well. Let me know if you change your mind. I know a lot of shy academics in need of an experienced guide.
I'll let you know.
Could they? Beloved that you are, and still they bared their fangs. We blessed the Tabaru Sinakis, and they prick us in return. Roots like a wall, we only meant to protect. We thrashed against the blinding light to keep the Akita safe. We never wanted this. So many seedlings lost. We grieved, but we saved many. The burned queen. She hurt us. Hurt our people. She did this. Yet still the branches swipe. We mourn, we could not be to blame. They should have shared our love. Their spite? This we could not foresee. But you are here. A green shoot after the fire. You would not raise your hand against us. Words like bile. This is not our way. Sleep now. Dream of golden poppies on the road ahead.
The ruins? What happened? I heard them fall to rubble. It comes, it sings, it dreams of war and blood and smoke. And did you have a hand, Envoy? You and your Inquisitor destroyed hundreds of years of history and time, and silver lights flashing bright. Ruins break into bones, they do. They make a necklace, a collar of time. We choke and die. They grow like rats. They bite. They churn, the secret eaters. Lovely monsters. I'm sorry. I think I need a moment. Smoke and rhyme. We are losing time.
I think she's already slipping away from us. We've got to stop this plague, Envoy.
Permission broken. Permission needed. Permission like roots choking, strangling. Yes, go, go!
A butterfly emerges, a dream of peace.
It's you! You're the monster who got us kicked out of Third Board!
Couldn't have happened to a nicer fellow, apparently.
What do you have against honest businessmen? You can't fast-talk me, you fiend! I demand compensation!
I know you're upset, Tycho, but they seem like they're really strong.
Shizu, please don't undermine me in front of them. You have to make things right by me. By us, I mean. Don't try to play games with us. We can take you.
But can you take all three of us? Are you so desperate for the answer that you'll stake your life on it?
Daiko, this might be a bad idea. I mean, I'm good with the blade on dead targets, but...
You too? Fine. That kind of takes the wind out of my sails.
Thank you. I'm glad today didn't end in bloodshed.
Maybe the next time we all meet, we can just have a lovely drink, or I can dissect you. Either one.
I'll be busy that day. Whenever it is.
Well, go on, get out of here, before I change my mind. And if we ever do meet again, well, you can forget about that discount.
Watch your back out here, traveler.
Pues no soles.